What is it with new bike launches? They're like London buses. Nothing for ages and then 3 come along at once. And Yamaha is a perfect case in point. Nothing for what seems like years, and then all of a sudden here I am with 3 brand new bikes. The most important of them is definitely this, the Yamaha MT07. Much like the MT09 that you saw earlier in the programme, this is very much a completely new motorcycle for Yamaha. But I'll be taking a spin on this in a little while, so let's move on to the next most important, which is Yamaha's Super Tenere. Yamaha has given the Super Tenere its most serious update since it first appeared in South Africa back in 2010. And it's so much of an update, it's not really what you'd call a facelift. We've got cruise control, we've got electronically adjustable suspension, we've got a reworked motor. So much so that Yamaha say this is also almost a completely new bike. And finally, we have the legendary T-Max. Legendary, well, it really was the first of the maxi scooters and it's probably the most successful of them all too. We'll be testing this in next week's show, so wasting no more time, let's get back to the important matter at hand, and that's the new MT07. You'll never guess what capacity this is, given that the MT09 we had was a 900cc, so take a wild guess, MT07. Yep, this is a 700cc naked bike. Well, actually, more accurately, it's 689cc's and it's a parallel twin. So that puts it right up against some established bikes like Kawasaki's ER6, Honda's NC700. Specs suggest it should be better, but there's only one way to find out, isn't there? Specs don't always tell the whole story though, and that's true of this little Yamaha. 75 bhp means it's only got a couple of horsepower in hand over its competition, but it feels much more than that. The handling is as equally involving as the motor, the bike feeling way lighter than its actual 182 kilo dry weight. It's agile, responsive and, like the MT09, has a wonderful ride quality without being too soft and mushy. It doesn't hurt either that it's such a pretty little thing. It's not often you see naked bikes looking so, well, together. They're usually only ugly ducklings at best. It's angular without being jarring, and lots of the edges have a kind of beveled effect that softens all the different plastics and shapes. On the whole then, build quality is superb for a middleweight bike, but then it really should be when they're asking 95,000 rand. What you get for that premium price is more quality and a lot less weight, over 20 kilos under Kawasaki's ER6. Combine this advantage with a short wheelbase, low centre of gravity and a set of excellent brakes, and you have the ingredients for a useful sport bike. ABS is included as standard in South Africa, and for a mere 3 kilo weight penalty, you get all the safety a decent system like this brings, and without spoiling any of its sportiness in the process. Did you know, by the way, that the MT in the bike's name, which started way back in 2005 with the MT01, stands for Monster of Torque? A bold claim, but it's one that even the medium-sized MT07 can wear with pride. This is a gutsy little engine, smooth and yes, very torquey. Chuck in some relatively short gearing and you've got a bike that can commute and put a smile on your face. Yamaha's newest model may not have any amazing new technology, but it doesn't need it. The package is already very much more than the sum of its individual parts. So, if the basic ingredients are the same as every other bike that has trod or is still treading this particular path, does it do anything to set itself apart? Yes, put simply, it's more fun, more of an entertaining ride than any other middleweight, naked commuter-type bike, which is what this is, by the way, despite the fancy names from Yamaha. It might not be a brand new niche of motorcycling for the MT07, but it is a good bike. In fact, I'd be as bold to say it's the best middleweight, naked, parallel twin that we've ever tested.